Don't you go where that ghost go. Don't you listen to that ghost, no. Feeling little odd, oh no. Been going through that, oh no. You fear it, you fear it, you fear it. I know, I know, I know. I've been there many times before. You just gotta open up that mind and explore. Take control and don't let that shadow take control. It gon' make you do things you don't wanna do. All the personalities gonna kill a dude. All the psychedelics, it gon' make you feel a zone. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Never really sell. Like these little guys. Made a good chunk of change on those.
What size are those?
7.5.
Nice.
I traded a guy for some stuff that I thought I would never sell, and I got those, and he had them priced at StockX payout. So then I traded him stuff for that worth, and then flipped him for $1,300.
Nice.
And I traded him $800 worth of stuff that I got for $325. So I turned $325 into $1,400.
Yeah, some guy said I got a pair of those for my girl at SneakerCon in Chicago. The guy said he needed money, and I was going to film or like B-roll. It'd be like, yeah, how many followers do you have? How many subscribers?
You should have just told him. Oh, so many.
So many, I can't even remember.
That's my just a whole bunch of bricks. I don't know what they're not bricks necessarily, but they just don't sell that often. So I mean, technically, kind of a brick, I suppose. All these are kind of bricks. These are one of my favorite shoes that nobody thinks is cool.
Oh, those remind me of what are those Chinese
New Year's?
Yeah.
This is with a kind of guys, a Canadian company that does cool stuff, and they're really nice. Like the insoles are all leather, super well made. And I didn't know the conversion, so when I bought these, I paid like with shipping, I think it was $330 per pair.
Dang.
Yes, and I bought 3 pairs of them. That was a big mistake.
How much do you think? How much are they going for now?
Man, I know I have that size. I have the lowest ask on StockX for like $250, and it's been that way for about 3 months. Yeah, it's
tough.
Yeah, it's one of those shoes that I have canceled off like if I'm ever gonna make any money on it. So the day it sells, I'll feel great about it.
At least you got some of it.
It's just like
Like 250?
250.
It's just like a sunken cost. But I think someone always.
You don't want to wear these?
I
guess you have your
The thing I don't like about it is this bottom. Like it just looks very feminine to me.
Yeah. It's like a salmon color.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, it's like salmon and yellow.
But the rest of the shoe's cool. It's really well made.
I like the Chinese New Year's, the older release with the special box.
I agree with you. Yeah. I think it was right when I think those were released right when I was using sneakers.
That's a good shoe.
It's cool. But there's not enough nerdy white guys to keep Ultra Boost alive, I guess. So I'll be the only
Kanye
one.
needs to work his magic.
This is another shoe. The University of Washington, when these came out.
Ooh, those are nice.
Right?
I like them.
Yeah. Super cool. Paid the high on these bad boys because I thought all Ultra Boosts that were released at universities made money. Not true.
Not true.
Yeah, I ordered 2 in my size, 1 in like a small size. I paid $1,000 for all these, and I think now they sell for like $100. Yeah, can't look at history always.
I think I know those Mars yards. I feel like they went crazy up.
Really?
Yeah.
Not in this size.
No, not in that size, but like just the whole.
I mean, they are going up.
I
got a pair. I think I got my pair for basically retail. Actually, the person who sold them their payout was under retail.
Yeah.
Which bums me out. I wish I could just find that buyer and buy at retail, but.
See, 2J's took his Marjard overshoe and just cut it.
Yeah.
It's like you just got the regular Marjard at that point.
Well, you saved $5,000 by doing that, though.
That's true.
And the buckles on them are cool. Like, the buckles are really well made, and they have, like, a magnet in them. I love the feel of them, so I thought about doing it on my pair.
Yeah. I would do it if I had 2 pairs. One pair normal, and then just, like, the other pair.
To make you feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I got plenty of options in my size. Reselling, bad idea.
Yeah.
That's how you end up with personals.
I've done that before where I thought maybe a shoe wasn't going to sell
Mm-hmm.
for a good amount, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to just wear it.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I wear it, they
go up.
and I'm like,
Mhm.
dang. I should have kept them brand new.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's what I think about, like, the shattered backboards.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't worn those yet because I'm like, that could be a shoe someday with a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
Sneakers. So many models, colorways, and of course, money to be made. This $1 billion industry doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. Of course, with this industry, so many people want to cash in on it, but have no idea where to start. Do you take the gamble and risk losing your life savings? Or do you start little by little and work your way up? Is it always going to be wins or some losses too? I wanted to sit down with the local entrepreneur who I knew would be perfect to answer these questions. We both truly love helping others out, and what way to do it by sitting down and having a real conversation about the perfect, imperfect way of reselling.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another video on Full Drop TV. I am, of course, Manuel from 99, and we have a very special guest here. Introduce yourself.
I'm Logan from DSMdrops as my Instagram handle. Just a local reseller in Des Moines, Iowa.
Nice. What got you into reselling when you first got into it?
The art of the hustle, in all honesty.
Yeah.
I basically got into shoes just a little bit before reselling. But I have been making my own money since I was young. And so got into shoes just because I got interested in fashion. And obviously shoes are the foundation of fashion. And
Yeah.
I think that runs through a lot of cultures. And so got into shoes, found out you can make money by doing it.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, that just makes me happy. And
Yeah.
so I love the business side, and anytime a passion and business can go together, it strikes my interest. So
Yeah, that's one thing that a lot of people have kind of like went away with. I feel like, especially now in the sneakers, where they'll just get into it because it makes money, which is it's good,
Mhm.
but they don't necessarily have a passion for it. They don't
Yeah.
necessarily like it. What do you think about? I mean, do you think that if you're gonna get into something, you can at least have some type of appreciation and love for it?
Yeah. I think it's important too, because in the end, business is draining. Like, no matter how much you love your job, it's gonna get old.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
it's just something like reselling shoes.
Mhm.
You quickly find out it takes so much of your time. Like, you have to be on the ball about knowing what shoe is coming out when, and especially these days, like, shoes come out every 2 or 3 days.
That's
that
true.
you can make money on. And so it's just a ton of time on the research side of things, and then just developing a business and talking with clients and managing inventory and doing your paperwork, and it's just like, it's a whole thing. So it takes so much of your time. So if you don't have a passion for it, if I didn't actually love shoes and love learning about the product, then I'd be done years ago, because eventually it drains you out by spending so much time on something. So yeah, I think it's important to love it, and especially in shoes, because it takes a lot of your time. And if you don't love shoes, you're gonna end up just kind of quitting, I bet.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people, especially now, when they get into shoes, they get scammed a lot.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I've gotten myself scammed. You've gotten yourself
Big
scammed
time.
before.
Yeah.
What was it if you don't mind, like, what was it that you got scammed
Yeah,
for?
for sure. I think it's important to share this stuff.
Yeah, of course. 'Cause I think people need to know that not everything is roses. You know, like how we would like every deal going right, every deal obviously going the way that we want it to go. Because like I said, I myself got scammed before.
Yeah.
So I think it's important, especially to a lot of people who are watching, a lot of people who want to get into reselling, that they know that there's times where you might kind of mess up.
Yeah, every reseller I know has basically gotten scammed.
Yeah, same here.
And I try to be so careful about it. And even a couple weeks ago I got scammed. And it's like I've been doing this years, and I'm so careful about this stuff, but it still happens. And the first time I got scammed was pretty early in my reselling business. I think I started maybe with around $500. I had built that up. Got to a point where I think I had about $3,000 saved up that I was working with. And I made a deal with a guy in Omaha, close city. I kind of had him legit checked. Everyone said he was good. Everything was cool. Communication was great. Like no red flags.
Yeah.
And he ended up sending me fake shoes, and I was early enough where I didn't know how to properly legit check stuff and didn't ask for the right photos, the right information. And long story short, he was going through a rough time in life, needed money, and it was just kind of a bad situation. I got scammed for about $2,000. So that cut my $3,000 down to about $1,000. Not only that, I just mentally, I didn't sleep well for a few days. Like that was a lot of money to me. I felt just defeated, and I kind of decided at that point I was going to stop. And so I kind of stopped buying stuff for maybe a few months and just tried to like build back up and come back better, and be like, did a lot of research on how to know what shoes are fake, what shoes are legit, how to do all that. And it still happens, like people are shady.
Yeah.
That
That happened to me recently too, when I was telling you about some sesames that some kid tried to sell me. But like I said, for me at least, it was pretty easy. Of course, for people, if you're not doing your research, if you're not actually looking into what you're buying, especially early on, you're not gonna know.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to do your research, and even now, like I said, recently people can get scammed.
Yeah.
Because fakes are getting better and better.
So good.
Yeah. What was since you said you like there was a really big loss? What was one of probably the biggest gains that you got from the shoe?
Yeah, satin black toes this year.
Yeah.
Honestly, that this year's been a big year for me, and I usually kept about 5 to 10 shoes in stock, and I've had some big gains this year, and now I have inventory that reaches pretty big. And satin black toes was a huge one. A few of the recent Yeezy releases have been awesome.
Yeah.
So fun to see. And with the satin black toes, we got them local, and that was my first ever shoe I camped out for. And it was my wife, my good friend Sam, and myself, and we ended up getting first in line, and ended up buying both those, or three pairs of those. I think it was about $180 after taxes, and I sold each pair for about $1,200 on release day. So that was about a $3,200 profit or something like that.
That's good.
Yeah,
I remember that day.
Yeah.
Honestly, it wasn't gonna even go.
Yeah, and then you lucked out too.
Yeah.
Which when that stuff happens, it was fun. It was good, and not everyone was happy, unfortunately, and it was just kind of a shady camp out, and
it was chaos.
Yeah, and it's just like in that situation, I felt bad. I was happy. Not everyone was happy, and it's tough every release. Like no one cooks as much as they dream of.
That's true. I think that's something too that people need to learn, that not every release that you go to, you're gonna be the winner coming out. You know what I mean? Especially with that one, I wasn't even gonna go. I was looking around, and I passed by with my wife around where the other guys were at, and I was like, dang, it looks cooked. There's no way. And I went around the other corner where you guys were at, and I was like, hey, that's Logan. I was like, yeah, if I don't get a pair, at least I have the day off either way. Just chill, and then ended up getting a pair. I thought it was crazy how the officer himself was trying to reverse what happened, and I'm just like, what? That's one thing that I didn't understand and I didn't like. I was like, I don't think it was his place for him to try and like figure out the situation necessarily. He's just
Yeah.
there to like just keep peace.
Yep.
Not, hey, oh, he was here first. And I thought that was really, really weird how
Yeah.
that happened.
But most of those people are, it's just kind of their normal jobs, and
Yeah.
I think it was a finish line release,
Mhm.
and the people at finish line didn't quite know what was going on. Security wasn't alerted, and but yeah, in the end, that was probably my biggest come up. And then the most recent, the Black Easy V2s, the re-release.
Yeah.
I ended up getting, in the end, I think I ended up getting close to 40 pairs. At most of them were retail. Some of them I bought locally off a few people for a little over retail, but most of them made, I roughly made 100 to 150 each pair.
That's nice.
So, yeah, those are great because when that happens, then you take those profits and you just have a lot more to play with. And if I didn't have those, like the recent Yeezy release, I wouldn't have probably been able to go down to the Ray Gun release and buy a lot of those pairs. And those pairs have already made me a bunch of more money.
Yeah.
So it just kind of keeps building on.
How was that Reagan release? Because I was gonna go myself.
Yeah.
I wish I did out and filmed it. But how was it?
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone was great, and yeah, I think in the end, like, it was run well. Everyone was respectful. People were cool, and no one really cut in line. Everyone got shoes that they were happy with, and there was quite a few people that it was their first camp out, and then they ended up getting shoes, and now they're hooked.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and it's fun to see. It's really fun to see, and so some of those things just got me excited, and I was able to buy quite a few pairs, which I'm always excited about, as long as they make money, of course.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
they do. And so, yeah, it was fun.
For sure. I like that too, because obviously there's some stuff that you learn like along the way, and obviously you're not always going to take the W, you're going to take some L. So,
Totally.
yeah. So I like that, you know, and especially for people to see that not everything is roses, not everything is going to be really good when you start off.
Mm-hmm.
What was one shoe that you probably bought a lot of that you thought was going to do good and then ended up just crashing?
Yep. Also, my biggest win and probably biggest loss, Satin Black Toes.
Satin Black Toes?
With that money, I bought, because I sold the 3 pairs, made a few $1,000, and then they kind of hung out around $1,000 a pair, and I started cashing people out because a lot of rumors were going around that they were just going to keep going up, and I just trusted people on the internet, like knucklehead, and you never know, like you don't know in the end. I'm finding out, and so I think I bought 10 more pairs. I would say average probably 750, 800, 850. I know I paid, I think for a 10.5 I bought for around 1,000, and held on to them, and yeah, I think they're around like 400 to 500, 3, you know, some of the sizes are pretty low. Yeah, so I had to eat some money on those. I have 1 pair still sitting at Urban Necessities, but other than that, I've kind of sold them all, tried to get as much as I could back from them, and move on.
Yeah, I think that's one big thing too, like that you shouldn't, just because you lose a lot of money, you shouldn't like lose sleep for it necessarily. Like you shouldn't like, hey, I can't believe it, because then that's when you start kind of spiral down, in my opinion.
Totally. Yeah, if you get defeated, it sucks. Like it really does suck. You can lose sleep over it, whatever. But there's hopefully more wins that keep building up, and even if you take a loss here and there, as long as you're smart about it, those wins start kind of offsetting, and then you just get smarter and smarter.
For sure.
Yeah.
What's one of your grails that you have right now for your collection?
Mars Yards.
The Mars Yards?
Yeah, it's favorite shoe of all time.
Why do you like it a lot?
Love Tom Sachs just in general. I think he's an awesome designer, and stays like pretty true to his brand, which is cool to see. So the stuff he does is unique, and now people, I think, really mirror his style and try to copy kind of what he's doing. And he's just a good businessman.
Yeah.
Like he's he's great at what he does.
That's true.
So that shoe's cool, and the whole idea behind that shoe is you beat the crap out of it.
Yeah.
Like you wear it every single day.
Mm-hmm.
You mess it up, and so it's a fun shoe that has a lot of hype. A lot of people respect it.
Yeah.
Which is fun. Like everyone likes to kind of stunt a little bit,
Yeah.
and but at the same time, you don't feel bad beating the crap out of it.
Yeah, that's what it's.
That's what it's there for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that shoe's. If I had one shoe the rest of my life, it'd be it.
I'm
And
not sure.
yeah, it looks good with everything.
Yeah.
It's a well designed shoe. It's
Mhm.
cool. It's got enough traction for the Iowa winter.
That's true. Yeah. What do you think about? We were just talking about some off camera about like some winter shoes.
Yeah.
That Yeezy V3,
Yeah.
the Azale,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. What do you think about that for the winter?
It could be good.
Yeah.
But the mesh,
Mhm.
the lower mesh, it's gonna soak your sock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. My favorite winter shoe is probably either Air Force Ones or Yeezy 500s. I wear the 500 a lot in the winter
Yeah.
time.
I didn't really think about Air Forces. They started coming back now with
Yeah.
all the
Lucky
there-
me.
Yeah. Right. There was some. I thought they would go for a good amount. The Dornbecker ones with the flowers. I
Mhm.
thought they would go for a good amount, but they don't really go for that much.
I think you need to check again.
Do they?
I saw. Yeah.
Really?
I correct me if I'm wrong. We'll look
Let me see,
later.
let me
But
see.
I saw someone post last night, and it must just been a good size. But
Let me see.
I think they're on their way up.
Yeah, I'm interested because I saw a lot of people post for dang near retail.
Correct.
Oh, let's see.
And some of the sizes I think are going up.
Is that even? Yep, they're right here.
But again, that's me just believing the internet.
Oh, there's some sizes that
Yeah, some decent movement.
Well, that's kind of weird though because like look, the size 6.5.
Yeah.
Last set was 285, but the lowest ask and that's what everyone's asking for now.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So
I think it just depends on the size. If you get a good size,
yeah,
I like them. I thought they would go for more.
it's a great shoe.
Yeah, I've seen you rock that what is it? That black Air Force One. The
The G-Dragon.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
a lot.
Yeah.
Is that one of your favorites right now?
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, heavy rotation. I think part of it is the fact that I love Air Forces.
Yeah.
Which is weird, just being like a normal white guy.
Yeah.
I know that's not the usual, but the kind of fun little side tangent. The first shoe I ever bought that I thought was kind of cool was a random Air Force One, and I think in college I had like $300, and I was not rich in college.
Yeah.
And I had $300, and of course in college you don't know how to spend your money, and so I remember going to Express and buying like a new pair of jeans and this light blue hoodie. And then I walked next door to Foot Locker, and they had this light blue pair of Air Force Ones for, I think they were $110, $120, something like that. And I remember buying them, and I thought I changed my whole life. Because before that, I had no fashion. And so that was the first pair of shoe where I was like, this is kind of cool, like a cool kid.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I wasn't really, I didn't really know style before that. And so Air Forces have always been kind of special to me for that reason. The G-Dragons are cool just because the paint starts peeling off.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Tom Sachs shoe, like you just meant to wear it and beat it up, and it looks almost cooler, well worn. So
That's true. Yeah, because I know a lot of releases, especially with some of the Nike SB lows, with the Jordan 1s and some certain other releases that you could kind of customize them on your own.
Yeah.
Rip stuff off. Do you like stuff like that?
I do. I do on some shoes. Yeah. I mean, I think the G-Dragons are awesome. The Lance Mountains, they've never really sparked my interest too much. I think it's just kind of the simplicity of it. The G-Dragons are cool because they have a whole like wild paint graffiti under them, which is so unique. A shoe that just reveals another colorway.
Not much.
Yeah, it's okay. Like the LA to Chicago.
Yeah.
Doesn't really do it for me,
Yeah.
honestly.
I know there was the Claw Air Force Ones.
Yeah.
Where you could actually do that. Did you like those?
Same thing. They're cool.
Yeah.
I won't be spending the money on them, just because it's just like another color underneath. I don't know. It's not super unique, but They're a cool shoe.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Yeah.
I know a couple people hit on them too. What about since dunks have been coming back, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of years have, like, you know, I feel like it's been, I don't know, when I first got into shoes, they weren't doing as hot as how
Sure.
they are now. What do you think about the off-white dunks?
I want to love them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on the fence. And I don't know what to think about them. I don't like the red pair.
Yeah.
I think the gray behind the red, personally, just doesn't look great. My favorite is the pine. Like, I think it looks really clean. But overall, I don't know. Some of the off-white stuff I don't love. And a lot of, like, the layered or distressed off-white shoes are not my favorites.
Your favorites? Because I see you have the
Blazers.
The Blazers, yeah.
I love the Blazers. That's a shoe that for some reason that was my favorite one of the originals. And it doesn't have, like, the ones would stress me out. Like, I would ruin that shoe in a heartbeat. I don't take care of my shoes that I wear. And so the ones those would look awful. But then one wear or two wears for me. The Blazers, there's not like the flaps or the, you know, kind of wild distressing, and so it works well. Like, I can wear it and not stress out. I like those, and then the Prestos.
Prestos are nice.
I like those.
I feel like I would wear it, like, I like to wear black shoes a lot just because it's easy. It goes with everything, and if they get dirty, just wash them off maybe.
No big deal.
Yeah. What was one of your favorite, like, for this year colorways or, like, collabs?
Yeah, I should. Oh, Unions.
Union?
I don't know if was that within this year.
Yeah, I think it is.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Either way, Unions. The Union one is my favorite Jordan 1 of all time.
For sure. I like it a lot.
Love it.
I think it's just different because I never really thought, because a lot of times when people collab with Jordan Brand, it's something like, oh, they just changed the color a little different, but they really truly did something with stitching. The one panel was a certain color. I think it was pretty dope. Getting back to reselling, what would you say is probably one of the most difficult things that you encountered at first when you first got into reselling?
Not spending too much money on stuff that doesn't move. I think I was in the mindset where I needed to buy every shoe, and I still struggle with that. Like, it's hard for me to pass on shoes, and there's a lot of shoes out there that end up selling for retail or even 20 or so bucks more. But I'm slowly learning that having cash on hand is good in order to really buy a ton of the shoes that are making a lot of money. And so I've been trying to just streamline my business and what I buy a lot more efficiently. The first year, I would say 25% of my shoes made good money, 75% were a struggle to sell. And so then I ended up sitting on a lot of dead money, essentially, where I couldn't use that money, and I was just waiting months and months and months for that shoe to make money. So so I think that was a tough thing to learn, is even shoes that everyone's hyped about might not be worth your money as a reseller.
Do you think that people should, if they're first trying to resell, hit retail instead of trying to kind of buy for retail resale?
Yeah, I think if you can, unless you have a lot of equity, and most people who get into this, they don't. Which is why I love reselling shoes. It's because it's kind of a level playing field. Like, people can get into it and learn business and make money with not too much to start with. But yeah, I think it's really important to be patient when you first start out. Do your research and enter a lot of raffles. Get on sneakers. Make your family enter sneaker raffles.
There you go.
Ask for help. Just wait on those retail hits, and eventually you'll get something. Say it costs you $150 and you make $300 on it. Well, you've doubled your money. Now you have $300 to work with, and if you can build that up and then eventually probably get to a few $1,000s or $5,000 off retail releases, then I think that's when you can start playing with buy and resell and hold.
Buy and resell, holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what's one of the sneakers right now that you think people should be buying a lot of that are probably gonna go up?
Obsidian ones.
Obsidian ones.
I think that's one of the most beautiful Jordan ones I've seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
The quality is amazing.
Yeah.
And usually with Jordan ones where the quality is really good,
Mm-hmm.
eventually that becomes a pretty iconic shoe. So I'm into that. That shoe's great. I think next year and a half is going to be just banging for SBs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so,
I know you bought a couple pairs.
Yeah, I've got 6 pairs of ray guns and 3 more coming. I wish I could buy more, but honestly, I can't find people selling them.
Yeah, that's true. That's one tough part.
So yeah, just look at stock numbers, and any SB that's low quantity, I think is a good way to spend your money.
Mm-hmm.
And I still think Yeezys are just the way to make money. Like, as much as people want to hate Yeezys, or personally, if you don't wear Yeezys that much, it doesn't matter. Like, the average person is still buying Yeezys.
Yeah.
Like, anyone you talk to that owns a store, 350s, around a $350 range are gonna make money. So if you can make $50 conservatively on every V2 you buy, you're gonna make some money.
Yeah.
Because if you do that over and over again, you're good.
Yeah, I think that's too. That's one thing that a lot of people, when they're first getting into reselling, they might not think about is that it's not necessarily how much off of one shoe you can make.
Right.
It's more off how much you can make off of all of them, multiple pairs. What do you think about that, in that sense, that people kind of have the mindset where, like, their first shoe, they have to make $100, $200 or else if not, then they're not gonna resell, or they're not gonna get into it. Yeah,
that's how I was when I was starting.
Mm-hmm.
So I was holding shoes for so long, and really kind of messed me up. I would say, like, I got off to a slow start reselling because I had that mindset. And now, even if I make $10 on a shoe, that's still profit, and it just compounds and compounds, and the more volume you can move, the better, in my opinion. And so I'm trying to do a better job of, like, just buying stuff at retail, flipping it for kind of whatever the market is, and move it on. With so many releases, it's easy to do that.
Yeah, there's so many releases. What are some of the releases in this year that you're looking for? This upcoming one.
Yeah, that's a good question. All-Star Weekend's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I think the pack, the 85-84 pack, that's cool. It's awesome. I think that's kind of the first time Nike is retroed those pairs. Yeah. And so I think that's exciting. Yeah. I think for all Nike guys, that's a super cool pack. The off-white stuff that's coming out, I'm not really into. Of course, I'll go for it and make some money, but I don't think there's anything there that I'm super excited about. I hope that SBs just are cool. Like, I hope Nike keeps doing some weird stuff. Like, I think that's the fun of SBs, is they're so unique, and I'm kind of like a big child, so I love fun, wacky stuff. Yeah. Like the Halloween dunks, I thought were awesome. Yeah. As kitschy as they are, but yeah, I think most of it's just gonna be like some fun shoes. I build up my collection for, like, I've got ones, I've got some off-white stuff, got all the Yeezys, some different colorways, stuff like that I'm pretty locked into. So now I'm just trying to find stuff that I think is fun. Yeah. Hopefully they keep doing some, like the V3 700s. I think it'll be cool to have in the Aliens. That's true. I like that stuff.
Yeah. What do you think about, especially with, the SBs back in the day, they weren't as hyped, or they lost their hype and now they're back. Yeah. With Kanye doing something with the slides, and like the Yeezy, like they kind of look like Crocs. Yeah. What do you think about that and how he's going with it?
Great. Yeah. I believe everybody's following Kanye right now. As crazy of a guy as he is, or not, like, maybe he's
depending on how you look at it.
I think he's brilliant. Yeah. And he's a trendsetter, so whatever he comes out with, it's gonna stick. Like, they just do it upright, and so I don't know. I'll follow. Yeah. I'm not a fashion designer or anything, so I think it's cool. I mean, and there's a lot of innovation going on right now. Like people, like Kanye is coming out with, like a full foam design that no one's ever seen before, and so it's really like kind of off-putting at first, and then you see it enough, and you're like, cool. I guess that's what shoes look like now.
I think that's how I was when I got the slides, because like I know a lot of people are like, yo, what are those? Like,
totally.
He's out of his mind. He's just selling whatever.
Yeah.
But for me, I just liked it, and like I told a lot of people, like, would you buy them if they were at Walmart? I was like, yeah. I was like, if I see something that I like, no matter if it's hyped, if it's not, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
I think that's, I don't know. I like where he's going.
Strong. Yeah, and then I mean, like, I think a lot of people are gonna try to innovate more and come out with some pretty unique stuff. Like even Tesla coming out with the Cybertruck, like that flips the world upside down.
I honestly
wild stuff.
I didn't think it was gonna look like that at all. Like that was nobody's like that's what it's gonna look like one day. No, absolutely. Do you like it or?
Why not? Like, cool. Like, I really appreciate people, especially that.
But I do think that the truck is super innovative and it's different. And I think that's the way we're going, especially with shoes too.
Yeah, I think so.
Is the more unique it is, maybe it might not be as hyped, or maybe it will be, for sure. But I want to thank you for being on the YouTube, and appreciate your time, of course. Yeah. And show me everything, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. Of course. Wow. Where can people find you?
In my secret basement here.
Yeah.
No, at DSM Drops Instagram handle. Shoot me a message. I'm an open book. I love to help other resellers. I'm by no means imperfect, but kind of love to share business and teach people hopefully how to make money and make good connections. So hit me up, shoot me a DM, and hopefully it's a nice conversation we have.
For sure. Yeah, I honestly loved, sitting down and having a conversation, and I think that's what a lot of people want to see. Yeah. Especially when they're trying to get into reselling. I think when I was coming over here, I was looking at a lot of the videos that there is, and there's, I wouldn't say there's some good ones or some bad ones. There's just not an actual conversation of how with someone that's actually doing it. Yeah. And someone that has some experience with it, and like I said, there's always going to be some losses. There's always going to be some wins. A little bit of both is okay. Yeah. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks again, guys. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Follow Logan, of course, DSM Drops. Super nice guy, and hope you guys enjoy the video. Peace.